Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. There's going to be a few clips here of different things that I did on a day that I was in Las Vegas. This is my therapy office, and they have a Keurig, so this day I made me sim tea, which you'll see at the end of this clip. After therapy, I went to a few of the little libraries in town. This was the first one I went to, or actually the second one. I didn't film any of the others. I had a box of books that I've been carrying for a while, and I filled in, I guess I should say, I think 4 different ones in Las Vegas that day. There was 2 that I did not make it to, and the rest of the books prior to that day, I had put them in the little library out here by where we live. So this is Melody Park at the New Mexico Heavens University campus. It was a really beautiful day that day. So I will be jumping in soon with a car vlog on the next day. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is my view today of the park. There's my little Sword of the Spirit, the Bible that I got from Letty. That is my ride-along Bible. I do think I need to put the little cover back on so that it doesn't open like that and stay closed a little bit better, I guess. But I'm here at Lincoln Park. I'm in Las Vegas, my hometown, to pick up a food box today. And if you can hear noise, that is the city picking up the trashes today. And there's a lot of people in the park today. And there's just a few in front of me, but there's a few on the other side as well. It's not too bad of a day. It's probably like in the 40s already, and it's about 8:30-ish in the morning. They start giving out the food boxes about 10. I decided to just come and sit and wait, because if you don't, you get a number that's a little it takes a little longer, I guess, sometimes. And I have little, I don't know if you can see these little cows. So I put those on today. I brought a sweatshirt. I'm wearing a sweatshirt, but I'm wearing capris. See if I don't freeze, because I'm cold right now. But I did bring a t-shirt. I told my dad I think I need to start putting in some, an extra t-shirt, because I wear sweatshirts in the morning because I get cold. And then, if it's supposed to be in the 70s today, so we shall see how that goes. I don't have a lot of t-shirts now. I don't know what I did with them, so I've got to look for those, and hopefully I can start bringing that along. So yesterday, which I'll put some clips at the beginning of this one, more than likely, I only got, I think, one clip of one little library that I went to, I think. But I had a box of books that were the love-inspired romance, mysteries, and then there was a few other books like that in that box. And I kept I kept like 6 books out of that whole thing that I will read again. These were some that I had lent my sister. She read them, and then when she was done with them, she gave them back. And I thought about taking them to the used bookstore and getting credit for them, but I had just done that with some other books, and I have like $30 of credit. And I thought, maybe this one's I'll just give away. So I decided to fill our little library out where we live by our mailboxes. So I put quite a few in there, and they hadn't taken a whole lot of them yet when I checked. So I brought them here with me yesterday when I had an appointment. As a matter of fact, I think I will put a clip in the beginning of this or somewhere in here of the office that I was at yesterday for therapy. It's just the most amazing sounds, and it just is so has all these like nature sounds and bird sounds, and then there's a little waterfall that's next to the seats where we sit waiting. It's amazing. And I got this cup there yesterday. I made me some mint tea, so I cleaned it out this morning, and I decided to bring my coffee in it because I wanted my coffee to stay hot. So I have coffee with cinnamon dolce creamer from Starbucks. I want the oat milk one and I cannot find it. They haven't had it. So I had to get the regular one, and I'm hoping it doesn't bother my stomach. So far, it's good. So, as I was filling up all the little libraries, I did, let's see, 1, 2, 4 yesterday, I think. Yeah. And I think I did 5 because I did 2 at the university, 2 on Bridge Street, and the one that's on Douglas Avenue. And there is one more, or actually I think there's 2 more. I know there's one at Simia. I didn't go to that one. And there's one, I think, in the university like area where the library is, and I didn't get up into that area. So while I did that, I emptied the whole box, and a lot of these are smaller libraries. So, and of course I had like OCD moments, and I had to put them from biggest, tallest, I guess, to smallest, stick my stuff in there because mine were the small books. So yeah. Oh, and I have a little coffee pen that my sister Swan gave me, I think. I don't know. I can't remember if this was from her, my other sister, or this was from Letty or Lori. I know I got it in a package from someone. It could have been Trish, it could have been anybody, but thank you to whoever did, because I never remember what is what, unless I keep them in together, and then I kind of remember. So as I was out, I think I left close to, it had to be close to 30 books altogether, probably more actually, because when I took books to the used bookstore, I think I took 20, and it was a smaller basket, and this was a huge box. So I think it was like close to 60 books altogether that I gave away, minus of course this like 6 that I kept. So I got these in, this one was in the library that's on Douglas Avenue. And it's the Menopause Self-Help Book, A Woman's Guide to Feeling Wonderful for the Second Half of Her Life. I don't know, I mean, if I like, for these things, I do have another one that I've kind of looked at, and I'm going to see which one would be better for me to, like, you know, read through, or if I can get some good information out of both of them, I will just journal some things and then put these out in the libraries again. So this one has some really cool artwork. Look at this. I don't know if you can, yeah, little kitty cat. So it gives you, like, you know, what menopause is, and, you know, the whole hot flashes and wait, let's see, that's it, psychological or physiological? Psychological symptoms of menopause. This is so much fun for us and for the men in our lives. Irritability, anxiety, and depression. And then of course there's all kinds of, because, you know, all the hormones are fluctuating and stuff, and it just, it's a interesting roller coaster, to say the least. It can cause osteoporosis, other health problems beyond menopause. These are times where, you know, you can get different types of cancers. Even hypothyroidism is far more common in females than males in, I don't know about, I guess it increases in this age, in this time. So that's interesting. And that's something I've already been diagnosed with. So I'm wondering, you know, if that's partially what kicked in the Hashimoto's, plus stress, plus, you know, everything else in life. And it talks about the skin, you know, so when we get wrinkles and all the lovely stuff. And I just use on my face, because for years and years and years I wore makeup. well, since I was probably started wearing makeup in 8th grade, maybe. I don't know. My mom used to sell Avon, so I was always wearing some kind of makeup. Usually foundation, the powder, eyeshadow, eyeliner, and lipstick. And they were always darker because I'm darker, so I always had like darker colors. About 12 years ago or so, I slowly had stopped wearing makeup over time. Like I would wear just some stuff and then I just slowly stopped wearing it. Then I just quit altogether because it was just annoying. I started getting annoyed with it. Like, I don't know, this like taking time to just do makeup, and I want it to be fun. Something that I do when I feel like doing it and when it's fun. So I just quit that altogether. So for a long time, for skin moisturizer, all I was using was MCT oil or coconut oil. And now I use that, or I use castor oil. That's all I use on my face. And it seems like it does help. I don't have a lot of dry skin, and it doesn't stay really oily either. It's really awesome. The castor oil is amazing. There's so many benefits to it. Look it up if you haven't. If you have, let me know if you guys use it for your skin or for other things, because you know there's so many different things that are out there about castor oil for health benefits. It amazes me. And I remember talking, I think me and my dad were talking about it, and he said that like when his mom would, you know, that's what they used to use, because grandma, they used to use a lot of castor oil back in those days. And like I remember my grandma, his mom, she had like really good skin for most of her life. I mean, of course, when she was already like 90, she was a little wrinkly, but I mean, for the most part, her skin was really great, like really clear skin. She was always such a beautiful lady. She'd always be dressed up, and she loved red lipstick, red nails. Her nails, and my Auntie Margaret, for sure, the two that I know, and my sister Jermaine, their nails grow thick and long, and they're strong, and like my grandma always had hers painted red for the most part, and red lipstick, and she wore beautiful dresses, and she loved to make tortillas and bread. I remember her being up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning when I stayed the night, making tortillas and bread to give away, to sell. And then she sold Avon, I believe, with my Auntie Margaret. And it was such an amazing thing to be able to remember that, to, you know, remember what it was like then. I remember one time, I wasn't that much of a bratty kid for the most part, but there were times. And me and my cousin Sonia stayed at my grandma's house. My cousin Sonia lived across the street, and she had made tortillas, and we would either get a hot one or we put it in the toaster oven, get it really hot, and put a bunch of butter on it. That was the good part. The bad part was we wanted to help her clean, but she had already cleaned, but we wanted to help her clean. So my cousin Sonia came up with an idea that if we would throw a little bit of oil on the floor, then we'd have to clean it. So then we could mop the floors and clean. So we did, and we got in trouble. Yeah. But we got to clean. Sometimes I wonder about us kids and the crazy things that we do. But, you know, it's interesting to remember those things. And I remember we used to sleep in the living room whenever we'd spend the night there. She'd put a mattress on the floor or whatever, and you know, early in the morning, she had the light on in the kitchen, and just in her element, you know. And when she made tortillas, if I make tortillas, I need to have a bolillo rolling pin, and still they're not going to come out round. Her tortillas, she made them just like this by hand, and like, you know, perfect tortillas every time. Granted, she had been making tortillas, I think, since she was probably 12 or younger, because I think my dad told me that when she was younger, they had a ranch, and they had ranch hands and different people that were working there. So she would help make food for them, and tortillas and beans and chile. Best food ever. So yeah, that went on a tangent for the books, but hey, I love these, like, these little memory talks. And there's another thing that they talk about is cardiovascular disease. So this is like, you know, just learning our bodies and learning, I mean, I don't know, I know men have their own things that they go through. I don't know what they are. I don't know how their hormones fluctuate, or if they do, or, you know, all of this stuff. But even if theirs don't fluctuate as much as ours do, as we get older, things get harder on our bodies. And like, these are things that we need to look for. So, you know, here it says by age 55, a woman is more likely to die from cardiovascular disease than from any other cause. For women between the ages of 55 and 64, there are 280 heart attack deaths per 100,000 population. After age 65, this increases to 2,001 deaths per 100,000. Women at high risk for cardiovascular disease also have higher risk of stroke and hypertension. And then risk factors include, so family history, especially before the age of 60, cigarette habit, diabetes, elevated serum cholesterol and serum triglycerides, elevated blood pressure, use of oral contraceptives past the age of 35, lack of exercise, and obesity. And I can check off one. I have diabetes, I have high cholesterol, I have elevated blood pressure, and at this point in my life, I'm probably still considered obese because of my height. I'm 4'11". I weigh 179, I think, and that's down from 242, 245, something like that. So I have lost weight, but still. And lack of exercise, I don't exercise enough. As far as family history, I don't know of anyone except my uncle, my mom's brother, who passed away 5 months after she did, who had heart issues. Now, I don't know of anyone else that had them prior to being 60, because he passed away at, my mom was 64, so he was 63, something like that. So, and he had been having these issues for a little while. So, you know, I want to get these, I want to learn things about my body, and we need to really look at our bodies and what are we doing? What are we feeding ourselves? What are we, you know, all this stuff. And I'm not a medical professional, so I'm not going to give medical advice. What I'm going to share is things based on my experience, my life, things that they've, you know, told me, and you can leave me, your ideas in the comments. Like, what is it that you do that helps you as you age, to feel better? You know, with chronic illness, it's really hard. Hold on just a moment. All right, that was my tablet that went off when the alarm went off, but now it doesn't want to go on. I don't know what happened. Like, the screen doesn't want to go on. So I don't know what's going on, but okay, still have a little time before they start. So here, you know, there's a lot of different things you can list off, risk factors, and just kind of take little quizzes, and hypothyroidism. This is interesting. I have to turn this on and at least open the tap for some air. Sorry about the noise. With hypothyroidism, it says it increases with age and is far more common in women than men. If you have any of the risk factors listed below, you may be hypothyroid. This can be easily diagnosed by blood testing. Follow the recommendation in the self-help chapter for optimal thyroid health. So these are the symptoms: hoarse voice, constipation, slowness of speech, thought and movement, fatigue, intolerance to cold, thickening and scaling of your skin, facial puffiness, delay of deep tendon reflexes, low dietary iodine, axillary armpit temperature below 97.8, and elevated cholesterol. So let's see if we find, I don't know where, self-help chapters for optimal health, hypothyroid health. I don't know where any of those are. Let's see. Because that's one thing I struggle with quite a bit, and it'd be nice to figure out what kind of natural things that I can do. It doesn't really tell me where it's located, but we'll just keep looking through here. I don't understand. I'm not touching. I don't know what the heck is going on. Oh, there it is. That was so weird. Maybe the button, I think the other button was being pressed, and I got this. I'll show it to you. I might be putting it in wrong. I needed a cover for it. So my dad got me this yesterday. But I don't know if I'm putting it in wrong or I'm having issues with the thing.
I don't know. It's to check my blood pressure, but I'm not where I can check my blood pressure right now. So I find this very interesting that the screen wouldn't light up at all for me to turn it off. And it won't do it now either until I take it out of this thing. That is so weird. Huh. There must be something being pressed that I don't see. Well, it can stay in the cover anyway. Just maybe I'll turn it around. Maybe it needs to be this way, which doesn't make any sense because I don't think it should matter. And maybe this is not the right thing for it. Well, that way it works. But then it's upside down. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That is odd. But anyway, back to what we were talking about.
I have way too many side road travelings, squirrel moments. There's a bunch of different recipes. It teaches you how to make your own almond milk. Menopause self-help cookbook. How to substitute in recipes like healthy breakfast options. Keeping your meals simple. But it's a pretty interesting book. A few different recipes for salads and all kinds of stuff. So that's this one. I had to go off on a tangent, of course, on the. And then these are the other ones I found. I've never read this. I don't know if anyone has read this. The Silver Chair by C.S. Lewis. And this one, let's see. This one was at one of the boxes by the university. So I don't know. Let's see. First published 1953, published in Puffin Books, which I think this one, yeah, Puffin Book, 1965. So this one could have been that one as late as 1972, because there's a bunch of like reprints and that, but it looks like a one that I'd like to read. I love C.S. Lewis's stuff. This one has some artwork in it. Nice little. I don't know what this one is about, but it looked good to read. And then this one, I got this one for kind of just to mess with my dad. Oh, there's some playing cards in there. Because I have to tell you the story, but sleeping bears. And it has just a, I don't know if there's a wolf. Let's see where the bear is. Huh? Bears pile in heat. Bears yawn and fall asleep. Oh, I like this artwork in here. Oh, that place seems so peaceful, even with the bears. Aspen trees. So the reason I got this is to mess with my dad, because a few years ago, it's been a while, but still, it's a story that has been told plenty of times. He was kind of like, he came face to face with the mama bear, let's put it that way, in his yard. He was outside before he went to work. My mom was inside. I don't know what exactly she was doing, but she was inside, and my sister was taking a shower because she was living there at the time, and she was getting ready to go to work. And he heard something at the fence. He turned around. There was a bear, a mama bear, obviously, because there was a baby bear with her. But he kept hearing something at the fence, so he freaked out. He yelled. The mama turned around, probably because her other baby couldn't make it over the fence. So they left. They were found later up the road a ways. And taken back to their home. They took them back out to, I don't know, wherever in the forest area or something, but yeah, that was scary. So I get him bear stuff sometimes because he defeated the bear. He scared her away. I think that's like, it's funny how, there's these stories that we all have, and as we get older, we like to tell them. Like, even stuff that happened to me probably when I was in high school, I'll probably start telling those soon. Or, it's just, what is the age that starts happening? We start turning into our parents. I think I'm there pretty close. Then I found these. Ocean Lullaby, El Arroyo del Océano. So it's English Spanish. It's a kid's book. But I thought, you know what? I want to just brush up on my Spanish and just see. So this is these are, I don't know where these, Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. These two. Yes, that one is too. Let's see. Song floats up, moon smiles down, while we rock to ocean sounds. Una canción se eleva y hace sonreír a la luna, mientras el rítmico sonido del mar nos acuna. See what else it says. Far offshore, the big whales doze. Moms nudge calves to keep them close. Lejos de la orilla, las grandes ballenas dormitan a ratos. Las madres impulsan y mantienen cerca sus ballenatos. This is cool. I really like this. It's going to be fun to just read and brush up on Spanish. And then I got 10 ways to hear snow. 10 maneras de escuchar la nieve. I really like that they're in English, Spanish, and I'll probably leave them at the house for a while when my niece goes over, because my mother-in-law likes to read to her, so it might be fun to read these to her. I'll go through them and see, what exactly they're about and that before I leave them there for her. When Lina woke up, everything was quiet. Cuando Lina despertó, todo estaba en silencio. No cars honked, no buses chugged, no garbage trucks sculpted trash across the street. Ningún carro tocaba el claxon, ningún autobús traqueteaba, ningún camión de basura devoraba desperdicios al otro lado de la calle. Snow, nieve. That is so cool. I love it. I am not great as I do still have the accent, but I don't speak it enough, so I don't do that well with it, which is not good. Oh. What? So let me see here. It is 9:15. They don't start till 10. But I just wanted to show that to you guys, and I've already been going for 30 minutes. It's blah 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 blahing. But I just wanted to do some car vlogs because I have out a few hours that I wait here. Well, depending on what time I get here today. I didn't get here as early, but I'll be waiting here in the car probably for another close to an hour, like 40 minutes or so, and then I'll go and wait out there. And my car's a mess because I bring my bags and I've been cleaning them out, like sorting through things. I made a mess in here, but my back seat's good except for those books that I just put back there, and my trunk is good because I cleaned that out. I just put all my bags together, but I have some books in there that aren't mine that I need to deliver back to their owners. But that's a trip to Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. And I really should have brought breakfast. Allsup's is across the street. Get Allsup's burritos. Those are so good. If you know, you know. Chimichangas, I don't really like those that much, but they're still good. But the burritos, and their taco sauce with it, they're so good. They are so not good for you. That your stomach sometimes, you know, I used to be fine with them as I got older, not so much. But if I ate them early enough in the day, I should be okay. But I forgot my gallbladder formula that I got through Dr. Berg. It actually has been helping me. So that's, I don't know, we'll see. I gotta get me some more tallow. I got the, I don't know if you can see it on here. Doesn't really show. This is the lavender ranch lotion. It has beef tallow, jojoba oil, lavender essential oils, and this is by Amber's Beef Boutique here in, well, she's in Trujillo, I believe. But I met her out near our place, sort of, like out in that area. And I got this from her. I think this one I paid $10, I think, for this. I think it's, yeah, $10 for the ounce. And she does like refills and stuff, so, and I'm trying to make it last as long as possible so I can get some more from her. But it's really good. It does, I mean, it does have the lavender scent to it. It does kind of smell like beef lard, sort of, but it's not, it doesn't stay like lardy on your skin, you know, like it doesn't, the scent doesn't stay on for very long. And it's so like, it's so soft and like really good. I really, really like it. I'm so excited that I found some because I'd been hearing a lot of people talk about tallow for your skin and all this stuff, and I thought, what, beef lard, you know, like, but it's really, really good. And I've used it on my face too, and it doesn't stay greasy. It's like really good. And on my hands, the only thing that I've noticed is when I put it on at home, my dog wants to go and lick it off. You know, at my dad's house I put some on and Layla wanted it because it's just, it smells like beef. There's a phone call coming in. Let's see. Oh, I don't recognize that number. But alright guys, well, I will see you in the next one. I'm going to probably chat some more with you and do some more memories or something in the next video. But I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless you. Bye.